Hey guys, it's Christina Sirfan here. As part of my 21-day challenge, I incorporate some more difficult compound movements. And for leg day, I'm going to show you one of my favorite movements to do when I'm doing legs at home. So I combine a front squat with a regular squat and a wide leg squat. And this gets my quads really going, especially the front squats, my glutes and my hamstrings, and also my inner thighs working for the wide leg squat. I'm going to show you how to transition between them. I'm going to show you different hand placements and feet placements for safety and for the best form possible. And then I'm also going to show you how someone can spot you when you're doing squats, because squats is one of those really intense compound movements that can be quite dangerous if you're just unbalanced, if you push it a little bit too hard with heavy weights. So it's always good to have a spotter there when you're pushing the weight and the intensity. So for this introduction and for this movement of the day, I'm just going to be showing 10 pounds on each side. But normally I would be doing a lot heavier weights when I have a spotter to help me. So remember, you always want to push yourself, but safely. So I'm going to first show you the whole compound movement. We're going to pick up the bar. I'm going to be very careful. Keep our back straight, our shoulders back, and our abs tight. And then we're going to lift it up like this. So I'm going to have my hands about shoulder width apart. I'm going to flip it up like this. And this is easy to do when the weight is light enough. When it's more difficult, then you're going to need a spotter or an actual rack to get it up. So I'm going to have my hands up like this. The bar is going to be on my clavicle, and my shoulder is going to be up. My elbows are going to be up. This movement and this position requires some tricep flexibility. And I'll show you another grip or another hand placement if this is too difficult. Also be careful that you're not crushing your clavicle, your windpipe. So for a front squat, we're going to have our feet about shoulder width apart. We're really going to sit back and we're going to feel our quadriceps working because the weight is in the front of our body. So just a front squat and up. And then I'm going to go into a back squat. So bar up, over your shoulder, careful how you put it. Remember, this is possible only when the weight is light enough. And then a regular squat, your feet are going to be ever so slightly wider apart. Your toes are going to be out. Knees are going to follow your toes. And remember not to let your knees wobble at the bottom, and especially not when you come to the top. So just a regular squat and up. You can play around. If you have a longer femur or upper leg to lower leg, then it's going to be more difficult to have your legs closer together without letting your knees drift over your toes. As you can see, I have a proportionately longer upper leg to lower leg. So I have to go a little bit wider for my regular squats and point my toes a little bit more out. Otherwise, my knees will drift over my toes and we don't want that. So back straight, shoulders back, abs tight, and a regular squat. Moving into a wide leg squat, I'm just going to gently move my feet out, point my toes out a little bit more, have my knees pointed out, and squat very deep. This is really going to get your glutes, your hamstrings, your inner thighs going. And up. And then I'm going to move my legs gently back in. Bar up, down, back into a front squat, and readjust my grip. So that's the whole exercise. And if I'm on my own, this is perfectly possible with a light enough weight. So now I'm going to show you how a spotter can help you. So here's my workout partner and my spotter, Kate. Come and help me take the bar. So as mentioned, I'm going to show you a hand position if this one is too difficult because of tricep flexibility or shoulders. This other position is just holding the bar like this. But I need somebody to help me put it on my shoulders. So my spotter is going to help me just put it on my shoulders like this. Careful not to crush my windpipe. It's going to make sure that it's symmetrical. And I'm going to use my hands gently. So when I'm standing perfectly still, you see I don't actually need to hold on to it because the weight is resting firmly on my shoulders. Now I'm going to be careful of my feet form. And I'm going to squat down. Now notice that my spotter has come behind me because when you spot someone doing squats, whether it's a front or a back squat, they should always be behind you and spotting from the bar. This might be counterintuitive because a lot of people have seen, a lot of people spot from the body, and technically it can also be correct, but it's also much easier to get wrong because your spotter might not be in sync with you, as Kay normally is with me. Your spotter doesn't know you very well, he'll be out of sync, he'll push you out of balance, and this will destabilize you, so causing more damage and harm than help. So it's best to always spot from the bar. This also means that if you destabilize and if you lose your balance, they can just quickly snatch the bar away from you and also help you re-rack it, if you have a rack, that is. So, front squat. I'm just going to squat down like this, and see, now I'm struggling a little bit at the bottom, and he's going to help me just ever so slightly at the top. And this also is helpful if my bar rolls, because sometimes it's difficult if you're sweating a lot, if you're working really hard and sweating, and the bar will slip around a little bit. So that's why it's easy for my spotter to help me. Now, going into a regular squat, my spotter would help me take the bar off. So now I can collapse. My spotter safely is holding onto the bar. And I'm going to do a back squat. So it's going to help me bring the bar over me, because I do not have a squat rack here. It's going to help me put it over my shoulders, make sure that my hands, my shoulders are symmetrical to the bar. My feet are going to be slightly out. My spotter is going to stand behind me and make sure that if I topple over, if I trip, if anything happens, if I lose my balance, or just bottom out from the weight, from tiredness, then he'll be there to help me snatch up the bar. So now I'm just going to go to a regular squat. And if I'm struggling a little bit at the bottom, he's going to help me ever so slightly at the top.